Hey, almost all of us are here. This is the check-in number 18, and I've got Mary Ann with me today, and as usual, my daughter Kristen, aka the Comic Slayer, sometimes known as the Omnicat.
That's right.
You have so many names.
I
can't
know.
keep up.
It's wild. I can't keep up either.
Garage Geek was supposed to be with us. He said he was going to, so maybe he's just late. Maybe he'll pop up.
I think he's going for that big entrance, you know?
The dramatic one.
Very,
Yeah.
very dramatic. Yes.
I like it. I can respect that.
Cycle was here 2 days ago and posted this.
No, I love that cycle.
That's dedication.
Reed's here.
Hey, Reed.
We know him.
And James, the ever-present James Abel is here.
That's
Awesome.
right.
That flashlight.
Woo,
The official moderator of Comic Book YouTube, right?
That's right.
You should have that title, James.
Yes. Marcella's here. Hey, Marcella.
Hello.
Mark Bell is impressed that I got Mary.
Thanks,
Hey,
Mark. Making me feel good on a Saturday.
She who has fewer names. And his favorite Reed is here. Yep. Well, you know what? I had an awesome intro for the four of us. And now there's only three.
Wah, wah.
Well, yeah.
Mm,
I was going to say this is one of the most literate panels on Comic Book YouTube right here.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
it's still-
nice.
But
I'll take it.
yeah. See, we would have the teacher, right?
Mm,
That makes this official.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
At this point, we're
Yeah,
just
I'm good.
babies.
I'm going to chastise him now because he mentioned this in his Friday Night Chats, which he actually posted last night on Friday night. I guess he always does Friday night, but I often don't see it until Saturday morning, I guess because it's so late because of the time zone difference. But I was actually up last night at like 9:30, 10 Central, and it showed up, and I watched it. Uh-oh. Here he is.
there he is.
Hey.
Sorry.
About you.
I've been up for 20 minutes, but I couldn't figure out. I'm a fossil. I couldn't figure out how to get the link from my phone to my iPad because I don't have them linked somehow. So I finally thought I could just type it in manually.
Well, I could have sent it to you another way, but
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well,
we were going.
you made up
thought-
for it with your dog sidekick, right?
That's right. And we knew you wanted to make a big entrance. So,
I had a
Yeah,
you
look.
just
there
missed it.
oh,
You just missed it. I had a great intro. I was going to say, and I'm joined this time by one of the most literate panels in all of YouTube right here. But then you were here, and I was like, well, we need the teacher to elevate us to that status. But
Oh man, you don't want to know what kind of week I had at school. But let's move on from there.
and Mark Bell said, I can confirm you are all literate. All right.
Thanks, Mark.
thank you.
Yes, I
Mark.
can
Say that.
read.
Yes.
If you say that too fast, it sounds like illiterate, but okay. Captain Makasu, is that an anime reference, Kristen?
I don't watch anime, so I don't know.
Or manga?
Yeah.
I use the terms interchangeably like an old guy.
They're not the same.
I know they're not.
Well, to me they are. So the ones on this side. The fossils.
Mark Bell after dark, Elon says.
Hi,
So
Alon.
you're not in the garage, are you?
No, in fact, I have a hat on. I just, 6:30, 6:15. I just woke up.
So it's 6:30 where you're at. It's 8:30 where me and Kristen are. What time is it where you are, Mary?
9:30. I'm in the future.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's all dark here. I just ran to the kitchen to get some coffee, threw on a hat.
Nice.
Your viewers are like, who let Sasquatch into the room?
No. And see,
In fact, I don't like this angle. It's the iPad. The iPad has the camera in a weird spot, so it's hard to make things central.
well, I think Kristen has she's got a laptop and she's just got it she has some sort of stand she's got it onto. Is it adjustable, Kristen, or did you just prop it until you got it the right height?
I mean, it's on my laptop. I can move it.
Yeah.
No, I mean your stand. Is it adjustable too, or is it one set?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the camera's over here on the side. It's a weird placement because you're used to having things in the middle, but every time I have to look to the side, it's just weird on an iPad.
Well, I've got this camera on a tripod, but the tripod I've got behind my screen, so it has to be a little bit of an angle in order for the legs to fit there. It's kind of but it's okay.
That's what you get for being fancy.
Yeah, it's debt. It's called debt.
Kids at home, learn from it.
And here we go.
It begins. Elon says, "Hey, Mary."
Elon, good to see you.
Mark, but Mary and I in the civilized world. Yeah, you better
think
time
so?
zone. Yeah, that's it. He just has to hold it. He's very steady.
He couldn't be quiet. He couldn't be quiet for that long, right?
No,
if he was holding your laptop, forget it.
No way.
There'd be all kinds of comedy going on.
Yeah, I think so. Should we get right into the FOMO list?
Let's do it.
All right. You guys got to give it to me. My list is getting, I think, smaller. Now, part of that's because I bought things. So I take it off after I buy it. But I haven't been going crazy. I've been doing one order a month now. He's dying.
Well, of course, when you take it off, it gets smaller. But I guess it's good that you're not adding more.
He will, though.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Well, you'll see. This is two parts. So this is what's left of things that came out this year, or will come out this year.
It's smaller because this is only half.
Right.
No, I'm counting the other side. You'll see. Anyway, I'm only doing one order a month now, and I have severely capped my budget to 3/4 of what it was. So
wow.
I'm doing better, I think.
Good job.
Yeah, I have continued the color coding here. So you've got the red is the one I'm most feared that's going to go out. It's going to go out of print before I can buy it.
Mary already has that one.
Well, I ordered it. It didn't arrive yet.
Right.
And it's delayed. I don't know what's happening. So I'm a little nervous too. I'm sorry if I bought the last one, Larry.
In stock doesn't really have it in stock because they have to go get it.
Oh, you think so? That could be.
Oh, yeah, they do that. I've caught them in it a few times, but it works out. And I'm not in a hurry to get these anyway. I just don't want to miss it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hayden says, damn, look at all these legends. It's the power panel is what it is. It's the panel of power.
I think Batman can go, and there was one other. I mean, Hulk Maestro can go.
Well, yeah, but I have all the rest of them. So this will complete the Peter David Omni Hulks.
Doesn't mean anything.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah. But anyways, I stopped collecting all of the DC like kind of one-shot things in deluxe format. There's just so many different Batman books out there. I'm like almost boycotting DC. I want like epic style collections in DC with just all their runs. So
I don't think they do that. They don't have that format, do they?
No. And they have so many one-shots of Batman. Like I have so many on my shelf. I'm getting tired of looking at them. And they're not uniform either. There'll be different sizes and I'm just tired of that. So I would just cross that one right off. Save yourself $30.
I don't buy that much DC. So I figure if there's something that, sparks my interest in DC, I should get it just to make myself a more
well-rounded.
I'm pretty round though. So
you've been buying a lot of DC lately.
Yeah,
if
you have.
Really well-rounded, you would get more of the other publishers.
That's true. But is that because of that one's Mignola, right? The Gotham after midnight.
I'm not sure. Let me take a look.
I think that's Mignola. I mean, I think
he doesn't even know
beautiful. I think it is beautiful, but I don't know. I think, yeah, you
I
could.
don't think it's Mignola. He may have done some of the covers. It's
I remember him doing a Batman.
It's Steve Jones with art by Kelly, or Steve Niles with art by Kelly Jones. So it's Kelly Jones.
Oh, Kelly Jones. Which one did Mignola do? It was a Batman Gothic or Gotham or some Gaslight. I think he did Gaslight. Okay, it was
Gotham by Gaslight. I think that's what it's called.
Gotham by Gaslight. I don't know. Cross that one off. $30 saved.
David, you're in the last position, so you get covered up sometimes.
Oh no,
that's all right. That's totally
okay?
Fine. Nobody needs to see this morning face.
Elon says, breaking cat manga news, live breakfast with my two-tailed cat by
You don't even have to try. Don't worry about it.
Shimizu. And so that one's coming out.
But Elon's asking the real questions. Flashlights Anduril 2.0. Yes. It's the only firmware I want on a flashlight.
Oh boy.
So you've done your homework.
Same.
Anduril 2 is it. Mark says, hot take, Rick and Morty has jumped the shark, as has the phrase jump the shark. You know, I think the new season's out, and I always watch it later because I usually can't get it on the channel. It's I don't know. It's a whole thing. They keep moving it around. So I haven't started watching the new season yet, but this is the first season without any Justin Roiland content. So
good.
And it's weird, you know, because that guy managed to get himself canceled. And then he won his court case. But he didn't get any of his stuff back.
Don't use words like that, though.
Well, what should I say? It got dropped. Yeah, he didn't really win, but it got dropped.
No, you said canceled.
Well, I said he got himself canceled. I mean, he did, right?
Okay, but we don't have to go into the specifics. But he did bad things.
Exactly. That's why I say he got himself in that position. Anyway, it's kind of funny though because he posted about on social media how it was dropped. He tried to say he won, which it wasn't really a win, but yet he still lost all of his stuff. His name's not on any of that stuff. So people just don't trust him now, I guess.
Well, just because you won a court case doesn't mean you didn't.
Doesn't mean you're innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Good lawyers.
Right? If I ever got in trouble, I'd like you two to represent me.
Mark Bell says, can't confirm Peter David doesn't care. Do you mean he doesn't care if I get that Omni or not?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not getting the money.
I bet he is.
No, I think that's how it works with a lot of those bigger ones. Like they don't even know they
get any of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Marcel says it's Kelly Jones. He's not a fan. Sorry, Kristen, go ahead.
It just depends. There's specifics to
it. Kelly Jones has a really quirky, kind of interesting style.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Sometimes it looks weird, but it's always kind of interesting to look at.
Yeah, he goes crazy, or she. I don't know the gender, but they go crazy with the cape and the cowl. Just in the art, it's like it's got its own life. I kind of like it. I mean, I guess some people don't. It's kind of over the top, but
I think it's very recognizable, if anything. I mean, that's kind of cool in its own way.
Yeah, for sure. Hayden says DC really needs their own version of Epics, at least for modern era, because they can be hard to keep track of when they do a reboot every other year. It seems like it's more frequent than that. It's a lot.
Marvel does the same thing, though.
Are they?
They're both like that about it.
Yeah.
You just mentioned that in one of your videos. You were like, they renumbered it like the next year.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's true. That the Hawkeye thing. Elon says Captain America will not go out of print anytime soon, or Thor. All of the previous Omnis are still available. Well, some of the different cover choices dried up, but I don't get that hung up on that. Like you see, I've picked some different covers here, specific ones I want. But if I can't get that one, I'm not going to cry as long as I can get the book itself. I mean, I'm not going to move something up in the, in my buy list simply because I'm afraid this one cover is going to sell out.
Yeah, I say this is a difficult list to eliminate anything from because you're building on what you've already bought before. And that's always difficult as a collector to say, oh, I'm not going to get this one because I have the other ones. I know that's really difficult to do.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that you can get rid of is really the Batman one and the Rick and Morty, because now you're starting a new one.
Well, that's true.
Good
But I
point.
have all the rest, you know, and I
knew he was gonna say that.
You have
Yeah.
the rest of them, but that's the first one.
of this
So you
new.
have 2 and 3, or
No, this is the first one of this double feature thing.
oh, I see. It's a new one called.
I have all the previous hardcovers.
Yeah, so eliminate Batman. If you're going to eliminate one, it's the Batman.
But see, then
And
I
it's
look at the
the
price. I'm
cheapest.
like, well, this isn't going to cost much though, so I'm not going to save much to eliminate that Batman.
What about that debt, though?
The den?
The debt.
The debt. Oh,
He's like, not the den. It's volume 2.
Well, also, there's a second part to this list we're not taking into account, right?
well,
So
let me
wait.
catch the chat up, and then we'll get on it. Okay.
There's a part 2 of the list. Oh boy.
Yes. Elon says, rank these books by excitement. Oh, by the way, Elon, I just shot my top 10, and one of your questions is in it. And when you look at the community tabs and the posts there, it just has your YouTube ID. You know, if it has numbers after it, it had you right. So I didn't get that it was you when I first started reading it. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's Elon. But that is so in the video, it's almost like I don't know who you are, but I know who you are. So what am I looking forward to reading? You mean of the list? I would say
I think he's right. You should rank by excitement.
Are we doing 1 to 10? 1 to 5? Come on.
see some of this I've already read. I just want the better format, like the 2 Captain Americas. I had the singles of all that at one time, so and I've read those.
Well, those should be on the bottom of your list then, right? Because at that point, it's just about collecting a dusty book.
I mean, that's an argument for sure. And you can see I haven't bought them yet. You know, I just keep letting them. They've persisted on this list now for probably 4 or 5 months. You know.
So what does the increasingly darker colors mean? Like they're older.
So, well, with clear, this is my rating of how much I'm fearing they'll go out of print.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So if it's clear, I think there's no issue at all. And if it's yellow, it's starting to get a little iffy. And if it's orange, it's going to be a problem. It could be a problem. And then red is like imminently, I think it's going to drop out.
So if any one of these books were to go out of print and you didn't have them, like which ones would be the ones that you would regret the most? Eliminate the ones that you regret the least. Like you don't even really care if it goes out of print. Are there any on this list? Like, oh, if I never owned this one, it wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, if they've been on the list this long and they're, possibly going out of print, maybe you don't need them at all.
Well, I think I would be pretty miffed if the Hellboy went out of print, but I don't think it will because it seems like Dark Horse keeps those evergreen.
There's not even a color on that one.
That's the reason, because I think it's good.
Maybe you put that at the bottom of the list. Maybe you should start ranking them. Put that at the bottom of the list. And then when you actually get to reading volume 5, maybe then you get it.
If that's likely, that's going to be years from now, Kristen.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
And then it may be impossible to obtain. It may be, You
No, evergreen. You just said it yourself. They reprint those.
That's my theory. I haven't had any industry confirm
It's true. No, it's true. They've been around forever. Those fuzzy guys have been around forever.
I'm gonna say though, from this list, the only 2 that I say are absolute buys: the Den and the Hellboy.
I think I agree with that. Yeah,
I think those are the only, and I think all the rest can just go. Like,
I love
you
this
just
thing,
agreed with me. Delete all the other ones.
Love this. Do it.
Because Hellboy, first of all, Hellboy and Den, they're the more independent ones.
Yeah.
Den is very rare. You're even lucky that that's being put into print.
Right.
Honestly, and I'm mad.
Agreed.
I think I missed the first one. I think it's already out of print. And that's like this quirky artist that, you know, they don't often reprint his stuff.
Yeah, and he has ceased to be, so he's not going to produce anymore.
Yeah, and then you have Hellboy 1 through 5, and the reason I say that this is a good one to have, because of all these formats, that one is a gorgeous format.
Yeah,
right? Those library editions are beautiful.
Kristen called them fuzzy boys. That's the only thing you could say is wrong with it. Is the texture on it is very much like an old hardcover that used a slipcase, right? Or they used a not a slipcase. What's the word? A dust jacket, and it doesn't have a dust jacket. And it's very tacky. It attracts all the animal hair and dust that you can imagine.
That's why you should have been like Mary and gotten that monster
got
size.
the big one.
Oh, Mary's right. She's like, it's near me. She's got it.
I know.
Yeah.
When you mentioned, I think someone mentioned that recently. I went to look it up because I was like, I have the Hellboy library, the first one, and all of a sudden I didn't want to collect all the rest of them. I didn't want to like purchase all of them. And so I actually sent that one to somebody who wanted it. And I was looking for that monster edition. I think it's out of print, but they're going to put it out in some kind of collected edition. They're going to do it. And I'm going to be able to get it all in 1 or 2 volumes. And I'm just waiting for that because I don't want to collect all those books, but they're gorgeous in that size.
Yeah.
And you already have the first 5. And because of that format, I would say that's a definite keeper.
One thing I think about trying, this is crazy as shit, but I'm thinking about doing it. Do you guys remember Scotch Guard in the aerosol cans?
Oh, no.
I wonder if you could Scotch Guard those Hellboy libraries.
This sounds like a bad idea.
Why don't you just put them in those magazine size bags? You wrap them up real tight with tape and you put it on the shelf. It actually doesn't look bad. I do that in my garage because my garage is so dusty.
Is it Rose something? There's a brand name of clear dust jackets you can get, but I bet they don't make it in that size.
They have bags for treasury editions.
You're saying cut that up and tape it to the...
No, you don't cut it up. What you do is you put the whole book in, and then I don't know if you saw my video.
Yeah, I did see that. I watched that.
Did you see how I took
Is that what that is?
Little I took comic book bags and I cut off the top and I just folded everything around and taped it securely, like really tight. And it looks really good.
It's weird that we're having this conversation because I think probably all 4 of us, or certainly 3 of us, don't even like dust jackets, and we're trying to figure out a way to to cover up this.
Well, I think it's just for storage and protection, right? So your book isn't like some furry cat hair book, you know?
Yeah. Well, I have it like midway up on my shelf, so it kind of gives it a little bit of protection. But I used to have it on the bottom shelf. Well, that was bad.
Yeah. Can I request that if you do spray them with Scotch Guard that you film it?
Make a video.
Please.
Well, I'm thinking about like masking off most of it and doing a small spot on the back cover first and see what happens.
Oh, you can start by trying it on your Swamp Thing. Doesn't those have the same kind of like really fuzzy? I never bought
it's
that
not the
thing,
same kind, but it's similar.
Well, at least they have a slipcase. That helps.
True.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see here.
And another thing is, like you were talking about when you read them. So if you were to buy all of these, you already admitted that you possibly won't get to read them for years and years and years. But if you were to only buy the Den, which is so small, and the Hellboy, I think would be fast to read. Like you would be able to read.
It would be. Yeah. Yeah. If I push all that, if I took all the Hellboy books and let them cut in line in the FOMO, then yeah, I could read those anytime, you know, in my order.
I'm saying it might be time to kind of just release yourself from collecting the Omnis, unless there's one. For example, if I were collecting all of the Avengers, And like, that's how I would do it. I wouldn't collect the specialty ones that do a certain run. I would wait for them to just keep putting all the Avengers or all the Hulks in order.
I mostly do that. And
because that's double.
Believe it or not, I've cut this way down. I was just crazy with the Omni buying, and I have very much sliced this up. This is the most sliced, So I'm going that direction.
So wait, what's your budget per month?
Right now, I'm trying to spend less than $150. So I've been doing that for like 2 or 3 months straight.
So if you were to go based on that, you get to pick 2 on this list.
Yeah.
And the rest got to go. So
but
make your choice.
That's why these
right
are here.
Now.
These why these are here months later,
them.
because I'm buying smaller chunks at a time. See?
So what's it going to be? Is it going to be Hellboy? Okay, so that's 32. That leaves you 120. Let's go.
Well, you want to hear what I think I'm going to do? Probably what's going to happen in December. My buy for December is probably going to be Den, maybe the Batman, and probably one of these other books. Maybe
skip Den.
Maybe the Hulk Maestro. I don't know.
Den, Hellboy, and I think maybe Rick and Morty, because that's something you like, and it's quirky, it's fun. I mean, the other stuff is so readily available in other formats, and I know that you want them in the Omnibuy format, but if it goes out of print in one, it's readily available in another.
Or I could just wait for another printing. I mean,
I was going to say they reprint all the time now. I mean, I'm just not even worried about that.
Mark Bell says, "Oh God, Larry could never cry. Damn, that's upsetting." Yolanda says, "Rick and Morty will end up in second, and Charles, mark my words." Have you ever seen any of those there, Kristen?
Yeah.
Hayden says, "Do you need Hellboy 6 if that monster size book is out now?" Yeah, because I decided not to get the monster size book, and I already have all the other 5.
That available? Is the monster size available? I
don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to reprint it though, because like it just came out and then it went out of stock.
Yeah, I hope so, because I have what is it? The Big Damn Sin City. That thing's cool.
Kristen has that too.
But it's gigantic.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's the way to collect these things. I love these. What do they call them?
Gigantic ones.
They're not Omnibuy now. They're putting these giant paperback formats out with full runs of like 30 and 40 comics.
Well, there's soft cover compendiums. Is that the word?
Compendiums.
That's the one.
Yeah, those are nice.
Those are the way to go. They're cheap. They look great on the shelf. Like for me,
I'm all about the hardcovers, man.
I know, but this is, the only hardcovers I like is when they actually have like a wraparound art on it.
Yeah.
Those are worth buying. But if they don't,
the Marvel galleries are all like that.
Don't even buy those.
All the Marvel galleries. Sonic Kiss Comics says, Larry, as a fellow R&M collector, you have to get the double feature. So I got 1 vote for the.
1 vote.
Well, 2 if you count David.
Kristen, all this talk is making me think of something you've said many times, and it's so true. Sort of a general statement. When I don't stay on top of new releases, I spend way less money. It's my own fault. But when I'm watching YouTube so much and I'm seeing what everybody's holding up, I will admit it, and I think it happens to a lot of us, that you want all these new things and you didn't even know you wanted them. And I'm not picking on you, Larry. I'm speaking about myself, because I definitely do it. And it's like David mentioned, like sometimes we just have to like release ourselves from like having to, it turns into a collecting thing and not a reading thing. And I'm way guilty of it. I just don't, you're just way more organized than I am. Like I don't have lists like this. If I did make lists, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and that's part of what Dad isn't showing here. You have so many. The reason you would get to Hellboy in 6 years is because of your unread books. It's wild.
Yeah.
Well, but as I've explained before, but I'll review it. Like for example, the Hulk series. I started buying the Hulks years ago, but it's part of. I had bought the Hulk, or I got the Hulk Volume 1, and I'm not explaining this well. If it's already a series that I started, whatever position it's at in the FIFO, the volumes that follow it are going to get to cut and get with them. So I'm keeping those together. So like right now I'm reading my Hulks, right? So I'm reading the Peter David Hulks and the classic Hulk. I'm doing that right now. But I will break and read more modern books that read faster in between these. So that's how I was able to read like Noir Burlesque and Night Fever and some of these other books.
I think you're too rigid with your FIFO.
Well,
as someone who's a mood reader, I could never anyway.
Can I say how I changed a little bit of my habits when it came to buying? I used to buy from In Stock Trades and DCBS. And so I would have multiple orders per month. And I think you do that. Now
I don't do that now, but I used to do that.
Yeah, I limit myself now to one order per month from DCBS, and that's everything that's coming out. I don't have lists. I just look at everything that's available and I put it in my list. And sometimes it's $400 or $500. And then I have to go in and remove everything and get it down to about 150 to 200. And I try to stay way under 200, right? And that has really like forced me to limit. And I don't have lists, and it's forced me to make choices like which ones do I actually really, really want and stay within that budget. And I do not make another in stock trade order or anything like that. Although I'm buying a lot on Whatnot, but forget that. Like, there's something wrong with me there. Like I have some kind of addiction. I have to figure that out because Whatnot is new for me, and I'm just going crazy. It's just weird. But back to what I'm saying is that's really changed my buying habits, and it's forced me to like really say, oh, this is what I absolutely want this month, and I can do without that. So that worked for me.
Just throwing that out there. Says, do it now, rank. And Mark Bell says, Den Hellboy is the crossover I've been waiting for. That would be wild, wouldn't it? What if we would have got
a lot of Hellboy,
you know? This George Cat is throwing down the cents. Oh, there you go, David. Elon says Mark Den is available right now on IST.
I actually might get that because I'm a big fan of Corbin. The stuff is ridiculous, but I liked it totally as a kid. And there's no denying that when you saw it as a kid in heavy metal. And his art is just so quirky and different that I actually might pick that up.
It's out there for sure. Sonic says when R&M goes, it won't come back. I found volume 2 of the double feature tough to get here in the UK. Johnny's here. He says, hey, all, good evening or morning from Helsinki, Finland. Wow. By the way, Larry finally picked up a copy of Ray Bradbury's Home to Stay, a beautiful book indeed. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was a little miffed that most of that is black and white, but I still like it. I haven't read it all yet, but look at Mary's gun since getting that Hellboy. Damn.
I got to tell you, trying to read this thing is a little bit of a challenge, but unlike my other Omnis, I'm actually reading it, so they're doing something right.
Mark still has his old heavy metals that he bought at the store. Wow.
Those things are worth money.
Yeah,
they are.
Impressive.
It's shocking how much those go for. And I had them all as a kid. I bought like 1 through 40 from somebody ridiculously cheap. And now those things go for hundreds of dollars. And I'm just like, God, I wish I had those. But back to what Mary said, if I could. Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead and talk about Hayden.
No, go ahead. Let's go.
So I was going to say, you know, that those, even when I'm reading those compendiums, and they're actually really light, they're very awkward to read. But there's still something about them having them all together in one thing. Like
it's satisfying. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's a way, like I'm thinking of, like where you have a table with one of those wooden stands, and you can kind of flip the pages that way and not have to hold it.
Well, I built a couple of those, and I have those in my library.
I think I've seen them on your videos, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what Hayden's talking about here. What is this omnibus box set? Is he talking about the like soft compendiums? Maybe I don't know.
They're not compendiums. They're called omnis. I have them. You want me to grab them?
I think he means
but that's what they are.
The
to me, an
cover.
omni is a hardcover. But if they want to use the term, what am I going to do?
No, I think he or she means if you put how you're talking about dust getting on that cover
in the little grooves, right?
Maybe that's what he means. He or she. Sorry.
Well, I believe it's a he. I think.
Okay.
They. So
let's
there you
say
go.
they. Yeah.
I mean that's true, but these are omnibus.
Okay, sorry.
It doesn't matter what you think omnibus are, Dad. These are called omnibus.
It's all
wow.
Okay.
I don't know if I knew you had these secret Hellboy books that you're holding.
I have them all.
So what size is that? Is that standard or is it bigger?
Yeah, it's a trade. Standard trade.
I was thinking of getting all of those.
Those are nice.
Yeah. And they're printed in like the accurate order. So the library editions are not, but these are.
I think the libraries are in publishing order.
Yeah, and these are in like the actual order of the universe or whatever. I don't know. The
way
you're
but if you had been reading Hellboy as it came out, you would have read them in the way that the libraries are arranging it.
Okay, I'm just saying these came out and they were like, hey, they're in the right order. And I was like, cool.
You could argue both. When you're reading about books, the same thing, right? When the author wrote them, or the order of the story. And when they, for example, the Narnia series, they go back and forth because you read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first, but when they print them, that's not the first one because two of the books go before that, and then
well,
it's all
like
weird.
Star Wars Episode 4. I mean, A New Hope. It is kind of the same.
That's okay. Let me read the back of this. For the first time, Hellboy's complete story is presented in chronological order for the ultimate reading experience.
Oh, ultimate.
You can also get these like dirt cheap now because that's when I got them and they were dirt cheap.
Yeah, but I'm
from what website, Mary? You and I hate. No.
What is the website? Because I was looking at in stock trades and those aren't available.
It is Book Outlet. That is where.
Okay, I'm gonna
them.
Look because I wouldn't mind getting all those.
But we need to warn you, Book Outlet. I've received boxes that have huge holes in them and books have fallen out.
Wow.
But it's kind of fun. Kristen and I still go back and we still order. It's a gamble. It's like crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get or not, or not get.
Elon's got some info for us. You could use those acrylics for protecting art from art supply stores. I use the A1 size for my vinyl box sets.
Oh, okay.
So are these adhesive, Elon, or do you have to do something?
I think acrylics means you do like stick it to it. Yeah. By the way, I love Johnny's Silver Surfer. Yeah. What do you call that?
That's awesome.
Avatar.
Yeah, love it.
Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to go down the trade route now as I'm spending too much on omnis. I had this convo with David before. If you calculate it per page, I'm not sure the omnis are higher, depending on the omni, but
I think that's false.
Well, we could do some math. We could find out.
We should, because I just don't see how when I pay right now, Epics are 30.
Okay.
$30. And that's
for how many issues?
Paying.
How many issues are in there?
There's usually about 20 to 25 or maybe
most omnis
30,
hold 30 to 40 and cost about $60.
Yes, but you're talking weight and shelf size and like all of that stuff.
Right. But if he's doing it to save money, I don't know that he's going to accomplish that.
Also, most omnis are not $60.
Yeah, they're more like 70 to 80. I'm talking the current Epic. I used to get them at 20. The current omnis cost at like 75 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not, you're not saving.
Hayden, talking about Kristen's point here. Drop those Marvel's books down to the bottom of the priority since Marvel is always reprinting omnis now. If you can't get it this time, chances are it'll be back soon. But come on, you guys got to give it to me. I've let these ones we just looked at perpetually just sit there. I haven't deleted them, but I haven't acted on them. So Larry likes his books hard, just like his eggs. Mark likes his eggs soft, like his books. I'm not sure about that.
I got a weird image when
Me
Larry
too.
likes this hard. I was like,
I started to feel
here?
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that either.
We need to swivel this conversation to me. What's going on?
There you Bro Dart covers. That's what I was trying to think of. I said Rose. I guess I was thinking of Rose Art, the old marker maker. But yeah, Bro Dart. That's what they're called. But I bet there's not a Bro Dart for something the size of a library. There might be.
Elon, he doesn't read.
He would never
digitally.
He would never.
I don't. I would.
Yes, tons of them are on there.
I don't like it either.
It's not my favorite,
sorry.
but I do
I don't like it.
I save money.
It's
you're the
true.
best, Kristen. You're the best at it, though.
Thank you.
I do struggle sometimes, but I do it. Yeah.
Rosie likes the budgeting conversation. Very relevant to most collectors. Thank you for the content. Thanks for watching. James says, "How about a cat question? Are you going to buy Grumpy Cat the Grumpus and Other Horribly Holiday Tales hardcover book?" I think that's probably for you, Kristen, but I guess it could apply to all of us.
Guess what? I'm going to be reading out Hoopla.
Ooh.
Wow.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of
it. Grumpy the cat.
Yeah, he didn't have any of those on his Christmas list. Isn't that weird?
Wait, that he just showed us?
Yeah, none of them. Zero. Zero.
Yes, zero. And I'll tell you why. Because I like to put stuff on the list that I wouldn't buy myself, you know? So it just makes it funner, I think.
So then you just have more books that you don't read.
I do read. I don't like that comment. I think about it. I read a lot, Kristen. I am going through this stuff.
I know you read. I'm saying you're going to add and add and add. So then Hellboy is going to be pushed back to 8 years from now versus the 6 you said.
Okay, James says Hellboy Omnibus box set is a box set of the trade paperback omnibus. So it's the ones, Kristen, you have, but in a box set.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sonic says, I like the idea of the compendium, but when the spine gets that crease on the spine, it looks nasty on the shelf.
You got to be careful when you're reading. You can't be like I've never creased.
They're doing it wrong.
Sonic, I've never done that. So you're not a careful reader, Sonic. Shame. You outed yourself. You're like
a rough reader. That person is a rough reader. Captain Makasi says it's the same with watching Star Wars trilogy. Do you start with right? See, that's what I was trying to say earlier. Elon says, I'm going to be honest, I prefer reading soft covers, and I'm more likely to pick one to read also. For example, I saved a lot by getting Jeff Lemire's work in soft cover and have to reread them more. And even that, I'm not sure. It might be false economy because typically the hardcovers, not always, but typically the oversized hardcovers collect 12 issues usually. And the trade paperbacks often only do 6. So you got to factor in that money. Look at that, Paul. I'm going to have to make you big.
I love it.
What the heck?
So cute.
All right, let's see that paw again.
And the Oreos. I tried to hide that. But it's
in an Oreo bag. You got your priorities right here. But my wife just texted, that dog's foot is so cute.
Oh.
I keep turning off the mic because my other dog keeps making all these weird noises. Like that.
Captain Makasi says, personally, I prefer chronological order if I can pick when it comes to consuming stories. Yep. Larry, for the love of God, don't stick things to your books. No spray, not adhesive, not duct tape. Well, I don't typically. It's just a thought I have every time I pick up one of those fuzzy covers. I think about Scotch Guard. I haven't done it, but I just think about it. Uh-oh. James says the Hellboy Omnibus box set is sold out on IST. CGN has it, though, and Amazon, of course. OPB.
Is $72 a good price? I guess it would be for all those books.
If you don't have any of it in any other form, it's probably a great price.
I would still like to wait for that Monsters collection
to come back if it does.
Yeah. Or even if they do that in this, I think they're going to do a compendium style in soft covers. They're going to, because they put Hellboy out in every single format available. It's like they just keep it in print in some form.
Marcelo says, I started buying omnis because they are indeed cheaper than the paperbacks, and you end up with an oversized art in HC, overall better. Yeah, that's kind of my point. No buts. Okay. Hey, let's do the second part. Okay, so this is everything in so far.
It got bigger.
I'm scared.
But look at the dates. This is all 2024.
Oh, I see a puppy.
And wait a minute. Wait. Oh, shit.
Oh, just took him out.
Sorry, hit the wrong button. I was trying to get the dog.
She won't look. She won't stop.
Sweet.
Do you have 3 dogs or 4?
Big yawn back there.
I've got 5, but only 3 are with me right now.
I love that.
The other 2 are in the laundry room because
they're
out.
An intimate look at Garage Geek and his pooches.
You see the other ones more in my videos because they're outside with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like this is, and then the other one's growling. Because they don't like when one goes near the other one. Oh God.
So is your garage attached to your house, or is it?
No, it's I have to go through the backyard.
Okay.
Small yard. Shouldn't even call it a yard. It's like a concrete square. Okay, let's talk about your list and not my home woes. Okay, this is gross. I'm gonna say right now, I don't even want to look at this.
I agree.
Bunny mask. What the hell?
That's Kristen's fault.
Oh no, bunny mask.
Okay,
is awesome.
I like.
It's really
However, you have the first trade. It would be cheaper to just buy the second trade.
Oh yeah, but I love it. So I want the big book. I want the oversized.
Just saying.
I'm trying to see. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I wanted to say this before, but I held back. I'm bored with Marvel. Like, I don't want to read this stuff anymore. There's too much Marvel on this list, and it's to me, it's just getting boring. So I actually had to, take a break from Marvel, and I'm really trying to read other stuff because I kind of feel like I outgrew it or something. It's just like the same thing over and over again. And this is like all like Marvel.
Well, in my defense, half of this list is stuff that I'm upgrading from singles or other formats, usually singles.
Okay, you have to keep Iron Fist early years. I mean, that's
right.
That's
and I don't have much of that in singles, so that's something that I feel like I need. You know.
Can we talk about how ridiculous your January is?
Yeah, but I'm not going to buy all those in January. I can't. My budget won't allow.
So what are you going to buy?
He's going to buy ROM and that gallery edition because he loves galleries.
Both gallery editions.
Oh, yeah.
So highlight, make it whatever color you want right now. You need to do Daredevil Born Again, the gallery. Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, gallery. Although, don't you have the Omni of that? The 4 of them in one? You do, don't you?
Which?
The Loeb Sale. It was called like Colors or something like that.
Yeah, like yellow.
I don't have that Omni, no. I've been buying the galleries.
That is one Omni I actually really wanted and I didn't buy. So anyways, that gray you should definitely buy. I'm scrolling through maybe Micronauts. But man, you got ROM, Micronaut. That's a lot of money. Savage Sword of Conan #9. Do you have all the other ones?
I do.
I'm actually collecting those too now because I got almost all of them from Sleepy Reader. He gave them to me.
Wow.
I'm just missing a couple.
That was awesome.
And the reason I want them, this is a legitimate reason, because those are the magazines and they're not putting them in Epic format. And this is the only way to get them. And so
the only thing that's a little bit sucky about those, I have to admit, is because the Savage Swords and all of the the Warren size magazines that Marvel did are wider proportionally than a standard comic. So when they put those in the omnibus, of course it gets taller, but I don't know how to explain it.
Are they?
You end up with a lot more white space at the bottom of the page than you do with a standard comic book.
I'm okay.
So it kind of sucks.
No, it's okay because you're getting something, you're getting these
You
collectibles.
can't get anyway, right?
Yeah, you can't get them. And what's also interesting about Savage Sword is more adult oriented. So you're going to have something. Yeah, you're going to have something a little bit different from your standard comic book fare. Right. So I'm actually on board with Savage Sword. You love Godzilla, but you have all the singles.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You really don't need it.
I totally need it.
Don't. You absolutely don't. You don't.
You want to know what I'm probably going to buy in January? I will probably get
the colors will pop in the Omni. No, they will.
I'll probably get the Strange Adventures, Bunny Mask, and Rom. That'll probably be it for January.
Stranger Adventures?
No, you don't need that. That was actually a horrible read too. Like it really was bad. I read it. Like I have I think I even have I think I have the deluxe edition. This is like a reprint. Either the deluxe edition or I have the soft cover. And it wasn't even that good. It was just what he did with the character was just so weird. I didn't like it.
Well, I might just take that off then.
Yeah.
I think you might have sold me on that.
Do it.
Or you might have unsold me on that.
So Strange Adventures can go.
Okay. Sonic says, also find that sometimes Omnis aren't complete and have too many orphaned issues. With trades, you tend to get a complete run. Okay.
Creator owned.
Yeah. Marcel says 2024 is 28 days away. Yeah. Did Elon says you train your dog to do your laundry?
I wish.
2024 is a few days away. Did you split up the list just to make it more dramatic? Yes. I actually split it up mainly just to make it fit on here better, make it more readable. But yeah, it is kind of dramatic too. Look at January alone. Come on, Larry. Elon says. It's a lot. And April, dreary me. Does anybody care about Danny Randolph for an Omni? Yes, I do.
Those are the early years. And
yeah, John Byrne art, a lot of it.
Really
a lot of John Byrne in there.
Yeah.
Captain Mikasu's going to double dip for Bunny Mask. Rom will also be in Second Charles. I disagree.
I disagree.
I don't expect you money on that.
That's a very limited run, and it won't be reprinted. We already know that. They won't have the rights.
Elon's going to help me rob a bank.
You can't say it like you can't put it out in public like that.
Bunny Mask, what the hell, Mappy says.
Kristen just looking like these people are ignorant. I saw that look, Kristen. She was like,
Now, see, most of these are not even, they're not in previews yet. These are from watching Omar's videos, his announcements.
See, the danger of watching those videos.
Yeah, just don't watch them.
I'm kind of intrigued about the Marvel art of Alex Maleev, but that's a very high price. Is that a hardcover?
It is. Now that one, I don't think it's going to sell out. That's why I'm not too concerned with getting it in January. I think it'll probably be around.
It's a pretty high price.
Because art books don't sell as good as comics, they don't.
Yeah. Why is that discount nothing?
In a couple of years, you can find that half price.
I think so too.
All the art books, I always get them really cheap, and I wait a few years, and you just get them.
I agree.
Now, some of these cost that I've got here is a real estimate because I couldn't find it anywhere. So that art at 60 will probably be less than that. I'm thinking. Norwolf says, Larry, planning a heist. We are the crew. All right. Marcel says, I also care about Claremont and Byrne Iron Fist for me, please, and thank you. Yeah, he didn't do the entire Omni, but there's a bunch of John Byrne Iron Fist in there that you can't afford to buy the singles. Okay, I can't anyway. That's
I have some of them.
Do you? I used to have maybe one years ago.
I have number 15, where the X-Men are in it, and that's the one that is really sought after. But I'm gonna say the reason I buy a lot of comics is because I want the stuff that I had as a kid. And that Iron Fist is one that I would absolutely have to have. But all the modern stuff I could say no to. And so that's why I would say, like, you know, Black Panther by Christopher Priest. That's available in so many formats. Gone.
Well, I have the first
Ghost,
one. So.
Jason
Get it
Aaron,
off there,
Ghost Rider. No, gone. Wolverine, the new Wolverine stuff. I don't know. Sorry, my voice.
Well, that's not new. That's not new at all. That's from, you know,
Jason Aaron. It's modern, is what I mean. It's not the classic Ghost Rider where those issues cost.
Oh, well, right. Ghost Rider for sure. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kristen has her hand up.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that earlier you said most Omnis cost $60, and there's not a single one on here that's $60.
Absolutely correct. So he was fudging the numbers. I was being honest.
Right.
I said mine cost 30, and they're actually 28 to 29. I went a little higher.
Right.
You
so
went
what should I say?
$30 like lower.
More like 70,
more than 70.
75?
There's not one on here that's baseline 70.
They're about 75 to 90, and some of them are in the hundreds now because they cost 150. A lot of them, I don't see any. Oh, there's one that's 150, and many of the new Omnis are getting to the $150 price tag.
Yeah,
and so then they're at $90 when you buy them cheaper. Like, they're getting very expensive, just like
actually
epics are.
There's two 150s on here, but most of them are 125 or 150 now.
Yeah.
Well, but those are the fatter ones usually. They're fatter. They're probably even beyond 30 issues. They're probably 40 issues.
Yeah, the prices are inching up. Like they're moving up.
What we'd have to do is take a title or a series and do a direct head-to-head comparison. You know, same material, two different formats. Figure out the page, dollar per page. We could do a video on that. You know what, Garage Geek? We could do a collab on that.
Got it. I'm on it. I'm ready to squash you with number logic.
Gotcha. I want a recording of Garage saying, "You don't need it," and just play it for myself. He's like,
"You don't need it." I'll sing it for you. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Oh, Elon says, "What's your top 5? You just get that. Books are not worth financial trouble."
True.
I'm just terrible with money. I mean,
figure it out.
I don't see any pinks. That's because it's too early. I haven't pinks. Wait, I guess you're talking about my color coding, maybe. I don't know.
Because these are
DC
new
has
ones.
already done $275 Omnis. Wow. But are they actually selling at that price? Are people going to pay that? I'm thinking no. Nobody's going to pay $175 for a brand new Omni. I mean, unless they really are truly a chump.
Well, but you're still like, that's still the cover price, and they're selling.
Oh,
you may not buy it for $175.
We're running up on an hour, but I want to get this in because I'm so pissed what I learned this morning. I don't think I'm going to do any more Kickstarters ever. I haven't done that many. And I guess if I only did the true independent person, I probably wouldn't run into this as much. But I backed the friggin' Colossal Conan art book. It's by it's not Titan. I can't remember. Maybe it is Titan. But anyway, it's one of the other publishers. It's not one of the big three. And it's going to be a lot of original art in there and whole issues in original art. And it's huge. It's real big. $150. That's the retail price. And I went ahead and backed it because it's supposed to be limited numbers, right? Limited print run, all this and that. And now CGN on their Instagram has it up for pre-order for $124.
Wow. I could have told you that.
What the hell?
Why didn't no. This is your problem. Why didn't you consult with me? I could have told you any big publisher that isn't just like some small person kickstarting a book, they're going to come out for retail and you're going to get them for cheaper.
Now you want to hear the second part that I found out.
I didn't know about this until right now. You should have consulted me. That's all.
So pissed. To me, they shouldn't. If they're really going to make it as a Kickstarter or Kickstarter type, it's not on Kickstarter. It's Zoop, I think. Zoop. But anyway,
Zoop.
Why are you letting people pre-order it at a major retailer. Shouldn't that come later? Shouldn't those people have to get it off a day of? What? I don't get it.
I could have told you all the problems with this.
I don't know why you're searching comics on Kickstarters, because you're already buying.
It was an Omar video that with interviewed
the guy. Stop watching him.
Stop watching him.
There's the problem.
That's the second time we've put Omar down.
Yes.
Like, he won't invite you back. Stop watching him.
There you go. Stop watching him.
Listen, he's a nice man, but come on, he's killing you right now.
It's FOMO.
He's hurting you.
Yeah,
don't let him hurt you.
No, YouTube is really bad for FOMO. It's like so bad.
Yeah, here's the other one. Look at this. Okay, you know I have the Claus books, the Dan Mora, Grant Morrison, right?
It's
Claus.
Okay.
I have all those, the hardcovers. But
yeah, that's Boom. They always do that.
A long time ago, last year, they announced this giant, great edition with all of them together, and I backed it.
And I told you should wait until it's on IST.
The damn thing, they keep sending me the stupid update emails, and I'm like, why do you keep updating? Just send the damn book, right? They still haven't sent it. Still haven't sent it. And now it's solicited, and I think it might even be available, if not now, very soon on IST.
It's classic.
What the hell? Why did I back it?
We're all wondering that.
Why didn't you listen to me? We're all wondering. Why didn't you listen to me?
Why are you backing these weird? I don't even know about them.
Me either.
You got a gigantic list already. What are you?
It's notoriously the worst at Kickstarter.
I'm not doing that.
Are you like combing the internet?
I failed.
Do you watch my content, Dad? I've told you about Boom and their stupid Kickstarters.
I haven't done that many. You've done far more than me, but I've learned
shaking my head.
Yeah, I do them for like small creators, unless it's giant days. That's
I get you.
I'm just kind of like, whoa. This is something new I learned.
Mark should charge more by the hour than these omnis for the financial wisdom he has given today. What would OmniDog say?
Well, he'd say buy
it.
Yeah, of course.
Sonic says Boom did the same with MMPR. They let backers add the out-of-print editions or deluxes to their orders for double the price. Now they're back at retail.
Yeah. This is a trend they do.
Mark was Scotch guarding his mid-70s Fantastic Four. Elon does airplane mode. Okay. Mary be the voice of reason.
I think Kristen's got it. I mean, if Larry's not going to listen to you, I don't know.
I told you this. You didn't consult me about this weird Conan thing you did.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I did the Conan thing. Because I was miffed that I missed the Silver Surfer Tashin edition. And this is the same size as that. And I missed that Silver Surfer, and I was so mad. And then that came up, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting this one. Damn it. I missed the Silver Surfer. Now I'm going to get the Conan. And then I just did it. So
it wasn't a good idea, was it?
I still want it, but I would have rather get it from IST or CGN, you know.
For cheaper, yeah.
For a little bit cheaper, yeah.
Well, and good luck on your packaging. I'm just saying.
This is Zoop. They may be better than.
I don't even know what that is, so who knows how they're going to ship it to you.
That is the weirdest word I've heard besides miffed. Zoop.
And I'm concerned that you're going to receive anything if you ordered from Zoop.
Yeah,
I hope something arrives.
It's going to come all wet and with noodles.
Oh, man.
It'll be paperback.
Oh.
No, it's a hardcover and it's beautiful.
That's what they say.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link.
But you haven't received it yet.
Well, apparently CGN's taking pre-orders for $124 for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sonic says I will only use Kickstarter for small creators now.
That's how you should. Yeah.
Same. Noir Wolf's bracelets to say what would OmniDog buy. I don't think that'll help us. James has got the answer, apparently. Mm-hmm. One click buy is the work of the devil. Yeah.
Yeah.
What not is the work of the devil?
Rosie says, love this group. Do this again, please. Well, if Mary and David will come back, we'll absolutely do it again.
But not me.
As long as you don't go the Omar route and not invite me.
That's right. I always show up when I'm invited.
Okay. Kristen, you're a given.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to be here.
Got it.
James.
Wow, he takes you for granted.
Ooh.
He doesn't even ask.
That's absolutely
I don't think
when
I take
you
her for
lose
granted.
someone.
I accept her as part of my life and my
You
Larry's
accept
library.
Backtracking.
Larry's library network. Come on, it's the
Okay.
Zoop. I thought it was spelled ZOUP. I don't know why I kept imagining soup, but it's OOP like loop.
Yes.
So I'm totally, I was off.
I think you mean David. I don't know. Those bracelets would require us to knock over 2 banks. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, you guys check out the link that James posted for that Zoop thing, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but then go over to CGN and you can get it for cheaper.
I'm not buying any of this stuff.
Yes, same.
Well, I just want you to understand why I bought it, knowing what.
There's nothing. I'm not buying anything on this list that you have.
Really?
Oh, I'm saving a lot of money. Oh wait, maybe Savage Sword. I would buy that one.
I hope what you've learned from this, Dad, is to consult me when you go to rando websites like Zoop. And you're like, hey, I want to buy this. You think it'll come out later for cheaper? And I'll be like,
I would have never heard of it except for Omar doing a live stream with the editor that's putting it together.
Don't watch his stuff. Stop it.
And you should be reading instead of doing all these random. Right. Oh my God, my dog.
He got so excited he lost it.
My dog.
I feel like I'm on a waterbed with Garage Geek. Is that? And his dogs.
Yes. At least this one has been calm the whole time you've seen him. He's just been
there. He really has.
Jumping all over the place.
Hey, you guys, look how productive I've been. All that in yellow at the top is already shot, edited, uploaded, and scheduled.
We get it. You're good at stuff.
Well, impressive. I don't know.
I'm too spontaneous. I do my videos on the spot and I post them. I don't like all this in advance stuff. Ugh.
Well, it's the only way I feel like I can do it.
No. Spontaneity.
Well, here's the thing.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
When I managed to get to work, I work a 10-hour day. I'm gone 12 hours total, counting, all the.
I was kidding.
He's like, you don't need to tell me
kidding. That's very productive. That's the way to do it. The way I do it is dumb.
I would call it dumb. It's just different.
Oh, he's getting up. What's going on?
Oh.
He's got his Christmas sweater.
I like his sweater.
He has pajamas.
What are you doing? Yeah, they all got Christmas sweaters.
Rating on Zoom.
Oh.
Zoop. Well, I used my PayPal, and PayPal has a lot of good protections built in.
Mm-hmm.
You can reverse a PayPal thing, I think, faster than you can a credit card purchase.
Top 10 AMA. What's an AMA?
Ask me anything.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sergeant Rock, Daredevil, Noir.
Kristen has a question in there. Elon has one in it.
I never ask you questions, do I?
You haven't. You didn't weigh in.
I don't even know, where do you post the things to ask questions for?
Well, that one was in my
all your videos, I'm not aware of this.
It was on my community tab.
I watch every one of your videos. How do I not know about this?
Yeah, you should have mentioned it in a video, probably.
I should have did it. Yeah, I should have.
I don't understand that.
It's on my community tab.
Oh, okay.
You've never been there, probably. So that's where it's at.
I don't community tab. I guess.
And I mentioned it on Instagram, though. I did do that. So.
I don't do that either. When someone sends me an Instagram post, I open it up and it says it's from the Ukraine, and I don't know. I can't. It's like I can never open it.
She says, "Oh my God, I need to get Larry a new job." Well,
I'm mad. I don't have a question. I want to ask a question.
Well, if it does well, the video, I'm going to do it next year too. So.
And Sleepy Reader has one. Now I'm getting mad.
Yeah, next year.
I have to beat Sleepy Reader. Come on.
Sleepy Reader was like one of the first people I started watching on YouTube. So I love that. I love the friendship you two, the competition that you two have.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, you're really fun together too.
Mm.
Elon says, I would call this avoidance. You remove nothing. Well, this isn't the actual file. These are screenshots. So
yeah, we should work with the live document.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
But
I take everything into consideration, and I'm parsing this stuff. So
I really suggest that my suggestion is good. Like one order per month, one order from one company.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
And I love it. I put everything I want in the list. It's like $500. I feel good. And then I just eliminate them. It's like I had them for a second. But then I'm just like, okay, now it's time to be practical. And I really do say, oh, I want this way more than I want this. I've only got 150 or 200. And so, yeah.
Well, that's basically what I'm doing. I mean, here's my hope going forward. Okay. And maybe this is fruitless, but
let's hear his hopes.
Is that, and I think it's happening. I think if you look at the progression of this FOMO sheet from months back, if anyone wants to do that, but it's getting better. I think it's getting better because I think what's happening is I've almost got all of the Marvel stuff collected that I want. You know what I mean?
Me too.
So there's less and less coming out that I feel like I need. So then, at some point, all I'll be getting is the much more reasonably priced stuff that's like the Brewbakers and different odds and ends that Kristen shows me that I feel like I need, like a Bunny Mask or something like that. It'll be less of the big fat books, right? Eventually.
But they're getting you in other ways. They're putting these things out in gallery editions, and they're getting you to buy it again. They are
expensive, though. They're not expensive.
They're not, but they add up. I mean, you got
when you buy
on your list for $60. And that's almost half your budget when you think about it.
You mean if I get 2 galleries?
Beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful though. But like I'm kind of over them because I don't even have anywhere to put them on my shelves. Like those giant books, like they're unwieldy for me to store.
Yeah.
And if you put them all the way down because they're heavy, right? And you put them all the way down, they're more likely to get like dirty or damaged. Like my husband goes and mops my room, and I'm like, "What the hell? You got shit on my books?" So it's dangerous to put stuff at the bottom.
No wonder you're putting some of your books in bags.
Yeah. Well, I have all of them because it's a garage and dust.
Yeah.
There's dust everywhere.
Yeah.
Just after 1 month, I go like this on the shelf and it's covered with dust. It's like really difficult. Yeah. So everything goes in bags.
Nice.
Well, I built that room and I made the shelves high enough to hold absolutes on purpose. So, so all the built-ins in that room will hold a gallery or an absolute with a little bit of space above that.
Even the gallery ones, those are way taller, aren't they?
They're pretty close to an absolute, but they fit.
Absolute
each one is spaced. Yeah, Kristen's seen it. Well, if you look at the room tour video, you see it a little bit. But
absolute,
which you need to do that.
They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I wish I had more of those. I only have about 4 of them. And that is a format that I wish I would buy more, but they're so expensive. But man, are they gorgeous.
I still think that Marvel
way better than Omnis.
A Micronauts gallery of the first 12 issues, because that's all the Michael Golden art. You'd get that, wouldn't you?
Gorgeous. Yeah, I would. I love the Golden art just because that was what I saw as a kid. And man, it was fascinating. His art was so detailed for me as a kid. So that's like in my brain. Yeah.
Well, this was good, but I am being paged.
Bye.
Yeah.
I knew it when I heard that noise.
Is it lunchtime?
Are we doing this? Are we doing this again, all 4 of us?
Yeah.
Sure.
Next month?
As long as you don't mind all these animals jumping around.
We love the animals.
It's the best part.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Yep. See, I always envisioned this as being a 4 or 5 person panel. That's kind of always what I wanted. So
where would the 5th go? Is there a little square in the middle? Like, where would the person go?
I think it goes 3 and 2, doesn't it, Kristen? I think that's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's either 4 or 6, I think. 5
4 is pretty great, though. This worked out good, I think. I'm happy with it. If you guys are, I am.
Me too.
Yeah.
Kristen, you happy with us here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, I love getting up
we
at
got the dream
6:30 on a
team.
Saturday. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being in the chat. It's been a great episode, I think. So come back next month, the first Saturday of the month, for another one, and we'll see how I've progressed, or we'll see if I've cut anything down.
I want to see what you actually bought, like compared to the list. I want to see what you actually purchased in that month. So please keep a list from now.
Well,
yeah,
I want to
share my screen, and we can look at my ISP order list. Would that be fun?
You'd have to like block your address somehow.
Why?
Well, or just take screenshots the day before.
I send my address. I put it all. I don't think anybody's going to show up at your house. Are these people from Finland going to like come all the way over and go to your doorstep? I don't know.
I could do screenshots though and put it in the slideshow if you guys want to see that.
Yeah,
we could do that.
That works.
Like, and bring that live document next time.
Yeah, we want the live one. We want edits.
Yes.
We want to delete.
It's harder to see that though when you share it that way.
Well,
I don't think it'll
share it and then crank up that font.
Yeah, crank up the zoom.
Can you also? I need you to keep a log of how many times you watched Omar, and every time you watch Omar, I want you to write down what did you add to your list based on that video, so we can really do a scientific study of your FOMO and what's. And then every time you go to, what was this? You're like purchasing some weird stuff, Kickstarters. Like, what the heck? Like, I never even thought to do that. I don't want any of that stuff. Like, where are you getting the ideas from?
Look at James talking about MS Paint. Dude, I'm a Photoshop guy of like 15 years experience. Come on, I'm not using MS Paint.
But where's the address at? Like,
it's on the top of the order.
At the top.
Yeah.
Why do you have to show? Oh, no, I thought you could show the books. Just show the book, and this is what I paid. I never thought you would show the invoice. But I guess. The invoice would be easier. It would be one thing. Okay, whatever.
All right. I guess we'll have to...
Keep an Omar log. I love this idea. You have homework next time.
You want me to add a column next to the colors with an O for Omar?
And yes, and if he... Yep. Perfect.
I'm going to make an O column then.
It'll be OF, Omar's fault.
Omar's
OF. Okay, I like that, OF.
Yeah.
No,
all right, I'm going to take all this into consideration.
Yes.
Let's not blame Omar.
You're right.
He's providing a good service. We're not bashing Omar here. We are bashing Larry.
That's right. LF. Larry's fault.
Okay. All right. Mary, you still...
Yeah, I'm not going to be invited back now.
So you could catch Mary on Mary M's Bookstagram on Instagram.
That's right.
And she has a YouTube channel where you do reading backgrounds. Yes.
Sometimes, months ago, yes, correct. But I'm on every Thursday with Kristen.
I have links to that in the description, and you can look at Garage Geek's channel, which he posts all kinds of zany stuff, records and Funko Pops and movies and TV shows and comic books.
I invite you. I used to get 5 views, so come and watch me.
I have to say, David, real quick, David, you're Phil Collins. You're an admitted Phil Collins fan. You're not afraid to say it. I love that.
I was so shocked. Let me tell you, like I posted a video where like I follow punk rockers right there. Like they don't mind me, so I'm just like. Yeah. And they put a challenge. Hey, show your 5 singles that you have. And they were showing all these obscure punk singles with, like these weird titles where, like people beating people with bats and everything. And like these like crazy punk thing. So I'm like, I'm going to support your channel. So I'm going to show my 5 Phil Collins singles. And I was like, they started like bashing me in the comments. I'm like, what the hell? Who doesn't like Phil Collins? And they were like, the punk. It was hilarious. I'm like, well, I still like him. I don't care what you say.
I love it. I love it.
And of course, you guys know where to find the Comic Slayer, right? Go sub her channel. It's great.
Absolutely.
See Mariana.
Yep. And of course, she's on, well, she's everywhere. She's all over Comic YouTube.
It's true.
Yeah. But I got links to everybody in the description. So check out their stuff and support them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time. Going to end it here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.